Well, hello there, ladies and gents. I'm Tammy Sipniewski, your crypto queen. Thank you so much for popping by my channel. And man, is there drums today in cryptocurrency focusing around my channel, which usually doesn't happen. So let's get into it. So yesterday, I released a reaction video to one of George from CryptosRUs. He made a video talking about how this woman was a B word and he was calling her ugly. And I just basically said he has no self-awareness. So I made a reaction video to that. And now, I only saw this because I saw somebody else's video talking about it. I'm not going to watch George's video where he's meandering around the woods until the very end, right? I saw somebody else's video about it, so I made my own video. So I find out the next day he puts out a tweet saying that his channel has been taken down by YouTube. Now, if you've been in this space any amount of time, you know that periodically YouTube will do this. They'll take down YouTube cryptocurrency personalities and they have to put in for a manual review. They get a manual review and a few days later they get their channel back. It's happened a bunch of times. A few weeks ago, Wadi, the crypto hunter, his channel got taken down. He has like the most benign content, like the nicest guy. He's not saying anything that's upsetting anybody, but his channel got taken down and sure enough, he got it back. So as a show of solidarity to George, as soon as I saw his tweet come through, I reshared his tweet. Hey, at YouTube creators, can you please reconsider taking down George's channel? He's got quality content and whatever. So I took down my video at that point as a show of solidarity with George. It had nothing to do with the fact that I thought my video could have affected his channel in any way. Like, I hardly have any subscribers, honestly. I mean, I know I'm the crypto queen and that I rule with an iron fist when it comes to the monarchy, but I don't think that my channel has the power to crumble his channel. That's not how that works. That's not how any of that works. So today a bunch of people were, it was because of her video. She's the one that got George's channel taken down. No, I assure you, that's not how that works. Okay? Just take a beat, take a moment, gents. Grab a drink, maybe grab some popcorn, let mama talk to you. Why do I think this has happened? Besides the fact that it's already happened to many people throughout the past couple of years. They're targeting cryptocurrency. But I think most recently, a big, huge problem is the fact that across the different headlines of newspapers and across the internet, we're seeing these headlines that Hamas was funded by cryptocurrency. People are funneling Bitcoin to Hamas so that they can kill innocent Israelis. That does not look good for us. Now we see that Senator Elizabeth Warren, she's promising to do hearings again regarding cryptocurrency and how it was, sent to Hamas, and that's how they were able to get their funding to do this terrible, terrible terrorist attack. None of that looks good for us. God forbid the day, and this is what the government is really, really scared of. God forbid the day where we bring forth mass cryptocurrency mainstream adoption and people are able to exchange value for value, not with fiat, but with Bitcoin, but with Ether. That's what they're scared of. Whenever they want to engage in these protracted wars that they just turn the money printer on to pay for, and then we wind up staying there for years, and the only people who make out over there are the defense contractors. We don't want that. We don't want to be embedded in these foreign countries doing these wars that kill innocent civilians, like what happened in Iraq. God forbid the day that they turn on their money printer and there's no value there, because we've taken their power away from them by trading Bitcoin instead of fiat. Now, regards to Senator Warren's hearings about possibly Hamas being funded by cryptocurrency, terrorism has existed prior to Bitcoin. Remember, Bitcoin was created in 2009. In 2001, we had a terrible terrorist attack here in our homeland. They didn't use Bitcoin. Clearly, it wasn't even made. You know what they used to fund terrorism back then? Fiat. All of these crime syndicates, how are they paying for their criming? It was fiat. So when we see, a full frontal attack against cryptocurrency because of, these coded words, terrorism, crime, just know that all of that has happened in the past and all of that was funded with fiat. So when they start this propaganda machine and it's always focused towards cryptocurrency, just remember what is really going on. Okay? Don't just give your critical thinking to a box and whatever the people on the news are telling you. Try to think for yourself and think it through. Okay? Where was I after I went off on that little spiel? Okay. Getting back to George. Now, George. George. So today somebody's like, it could be. Well, actually, Ben Armstrong thinks that crypto banter perhaps had something to do with George's show. I don't even think that because, like I said, I think it's for this other reason. But there was a little bit of a kerfuffle today between George and crypto banter because today George was like, you know what? On his show, he's saying how everybody copies him, that these people that are looking to, maybe have a winning template, how to build their channel, that they're all copycatting off of him. And that's what they all do. And he specifically called out crypto banter. He's like, he was known for his crypto banter because he would banter with people. He doesn't do that anymore. So we know that, he copycats off me. Nobody's copycatting off you. Like, there is a certain way that you can do your videos. A lot of people do the same thing. They read the headlines that are there on CoinDesk, on Daily Hodl. Like, that's the go-to for a lot of people. You do that as well. So in response today, it was so funny because Ran, at the end of his video, was like, geez, maybe we should let George know what our video is going to be tomorrow so he doesn't feel like we're copycatting off of him. And as a matter of fact, we could say that he's copycatting off of us because you could see, look at his title, his video titles. Like, they were released after we had made the same video. So it was like a little bit of a back and forth with them. But no, I don't think it was any YouTuber against any one particular. No, that's not how that works. But then he puts out a tweet saying that he's sitting there, waiting for his channel to come back. But maybe he's thinking that perhaps little old me with my small little YouTube channel and my even smaller following on X had anything to do with his channel taking down because I made racist remarks and I was trying to make him look bad. Racist? Racist? This guy knows nothing about me. But anyway, we'll let that go. And trying to make you look bad, George, with your... George again. Self-awareness. She was trying to make me look bad. Was showing all of the things that I said. I was trying to make him look bad. By showing the things that he said. George, there is something that I do feel badly for, though, and I would like to apologize to Mrs. George if I in any way did offend her, because I went in kind of hard, and I was like, I can't believe somebody married him, but that was wrong of me. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have stooped to his level and said something like that. It was very unlike me. I'm sure if anybody has watched any of my other videos, you know that, I don't usually do that, but there was just something about that just, you ever have that one thing that just really got to you and you just couldn't stay silent about it for whatever reason? That was it for me. That, I don't know what it was, but that set me off, and I had to just respond to that. So sorry to Mrs. George. And if I offended you in any way, Mrs. George, I'm very sorry. I didn't mean that. And I wish you, of course, a successful marriage and a very happy life. And of course, I want that for everybody. I want that for George. I just wish George would have a little more self-awareness. Like, I do wonder if his wife even knows that he said that, because she might even be like, honey, you got to take that down. Like, you can't have that, especially if you're the host of a show. Like, I would be making sure I didn't do anything wrong because cancel culture is so rampant. And in my video, I even said, I don't want the guy to be canceled. But I hate cancel culture. It damages so many people. Can you imagine? It's like the worst day of your life and you've said something in the heat of the moment that you're totally going to regret, and it's captured by somebody and it's spread everywhere, and then you wind up losing your job, and then you lose everything because you lost your job, and then you lose your friend. Like, I really hate cancel culture, but everybody's got a camera nowadays, so it's very easy to get that to happen. But I just think that it stinks, and I'm not down with cancel culture. I am so pro First Amendment. I think everybody has the right to say whatever it is that they want to say. Unfortunately, we do have to obey YouTube's terms of service because they are a private company. So we do have to adhere to their guidelines that they put in place. But there is like crazy, if you look at the guidelines, there is crazy things that are in the terms of service that you may not even realize. No Ordinary Gamer just released a video yesterday talking about how if you have an ad blocker up, they can take your channel down for that. Like, there's all these weird little things that maybe you don't realize are there that are there. But listen, George is going to be just fine. He's going to get a review of his channel. His content will be back up. He's going to be, and he's got like a ton of other channels. Like, he's a very industrious young fellow. He's going to be fine. And, but no, thank you for thinking that my little channel could wield so much power, but that's not how any of that works. But I thank you so much for joining me. And until next time, remember, try to only buy on the red candles, and please take care of yourself.